Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Sahil Mahajan. So in today's video, we're going to take a look into how can you create an elastic file system on the AWS console. So in the previous video, we did go through the theoretical concept related to EFS. So now let's dive right into the demo. So as you guys can see, I am here on the AWS console and we're gonna go ahead and search in for EFS. As you guys can see, we get over here a managed file storage for EC2. We're gonna click EFS and this opens the initial EFS dashboard. And another really important thing before we dive is I'm going to talk about the pricing. So there is no minimum fees to EFS. You basically only pay for the storage that we used. So as discussed last time, um, there you do not need to provision any initial storage capacity. You just pay for the amount of data that is sitting or the amount of data that is sitting in your in your file system. So we're going to go ahead and click on create file system and you're going to get a really small pop-up over here. But what we're going to do is we're going to click on customize because I want to show you the in-depth options that you have. So the first options that you have is to provide a name for your file system. Again, this is optional, but I will provide a name, my first EFS. And then you have two types of deployments, how you would like to deploy. Would you like to have a regional deployment that offers the highest levels of availability, or would you like one zone? So I'm going to stick with regional for by default. Do you want automatic backups for your file system? Again, if you enable automatic backups, you will be charged extra. Again, I don't require automatic backups as I'm just doing a small use case. Another really good thing about EFS is you have lifecycle management. Now, we did speak in the previous video that there are multiple different storage tiers. So that's basically what we are doing over here as a lifecycle management. Now, for example, you did upload a file to your to EFS. Now, if that file has not been opened or accessed since the last 30 days, you can basically transit that file from the normal storage tier to the infrequent access storage tier. And then maybe since it has been 90 days and the files hasn't been accessed, then you can even move it even further down to the archive level of the storage tier. So that's basically how you can manage the life cycle of the file that is being uploaded to EFS. Another option that you have over here is encryption. Enable encryption of data at rest. We did speak that you can enable encryption of data at rest for your file system. Now, coming to the performance settings, you have two options. You can use enhanced or bursting. Again, we're running with a very simple example, so I'm going to stick with enhanced, and we are just going to stick with the elastic for the throughput mode, and we're going to go ahead and click on next. Now when you click on next, it's going to ask you about network access. Choose in which VPC you would like to deploy this and all of that. Again, I'm going to stick to the default VPC that we have, and everything's going to be default. I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And here is where you have your file system policy. If there are any policies at all that you would like to assign to this file system, you can do it. For example, you want to prevent root access by default, or you want to enforce read-only access by default. You can do all of that right over here. We're going to go ahead and click on next. And now this is going to give you the review and create page. You can review all of your settings over here, and you can also view is this specified option editable or not. What does this editable mean? Basically, once your Elastic file system is created, will you be able to edit all of these specific options? So everything seems fine to me. I'm sticking with the defaults. We're going to go ahead and click on create. As you can see, our file system is currently being created, and this pops up right over here. And there you go. In a couple of seconds, I think it was 5 seconds, our file system is available. Let's quickly go ahead and open up our file system so I can give you guys a run through related to the summary of the file system. So this is our file system that we just created. You can see we have all of our general properties mentioned over here, the DNS name on where the file system is present. It is encrypted using the default KMS key, that's for Elastic File System. You can view your metered size. Here is where basically you will be able to view the size of your file system. Right now you can see we only have 6 KBs. You can monitor your file system. You have tags in case if you put any tags for your file system policy. Now, later on, if you need to add more policies to your file system, you can do that. You have access point, network, and replication. If you need to replicate your file system, then you can use this replication. And when you come onto the top right, you can click on the button that says attach. This is where you can attach or you can mount your um, file system to your EC2 instance. You got two options to mount it. You can mount it via DNS or you can mount it via IP. And as you guys can see, AWS provides you the commands that you need to run for mounting this specified file system onto your EC2 instance. And quickly, so that you guys may do not incur any cost, we're going to go ahead and click on delete. And it's going to say that confirm deletion by entering the file system ID. Now, of course, we're not going to go ahead and type the file system ID. We're just going to copy it, paste over there, and we're going to click on confirm. And there you go. It is deleting our file system. So this was a short video on how you guys can create a file system on the AWS console, what are the various different properties related to the file system, and how you can attach your file system to your EC2 instance. So I hope you guys did like this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, do subscribe, do comment if there are any other topics out there that you guys would like me to cover. I hope you guys have a great day ahead. See ya. Take care. Bye bye.